Warning, this podcast contains emoji. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Pretty Little Liars. What is my name doing over Nikki's face? I'm your host, Dom. With me is April.
Hey.
And Nikki.
Hi.
How's it going? Wonderful. So, a little time has passed.
A lot of time.
A lot of time has passed. The tricky part with this show is the way the season finale airs. Then you have like a 2-month break, and then the show comes back into a brand new season. It's the only show of its kind that I know that does this. And it makes it really difficult for me to follow. So we kind of put this a little back. We pushed it back a little bit to bring it in line closer to the next season, so we didn't jump into next season with like a 2-month break of going, wait, what? And I don't know. It's weird. So, because then you have like a 4-month break between mid-season finales, and it's like,
yeah, that is a little awkward actually when you think of it that way.
It's like every other show goes on a 2-month break during the mid-season and a 4-month break between seasons, and this one is just backwards.
No, they just had to make it a little bit more difficult. To follow along.
I don't know a single show that does that at all, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, Caleb named this new A that we've been, I don't know what we've been calling it, the new I think we decided we were calling it A just for intensive purposes of whatever.
Just because of the way they were acting.
Yeah,
it was very close to A-ish.
What do you guys think of? What do you guys think of the name Emoji?
Makes sense.
Yeah, all right.
I like it. I think it's clever. It's a stupid pun, so Caleb wins my heart over with stupid puns. So, the episode started off with Hannah calling A's bluff, saying, if you guys lie to me, I'm gonna kill everyone. And she's like, no, I killed A. I mean A. I killed Sarah. It's not Sarah. Wow. Sarah?
Charlie.
Charles.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yes. We're all over the place. We're great. Yeah. It's good.
I mean, we're all talking about the same person.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, did you guys think anything was going to go wrong with that?
Yeah. Something always goes wrong. I mean, let's be honest. If it went as planned, I'd be more surprised than having something wrong with the plan.
Well, Caleb took like all these precautions. They built an electric fence.
They always take precautions, though. It wouldn't be TV if it was that easy.
He checked the whole room. Like, everything was good except for under the bed.
I was going to say, he didn't check the whole room.
There's a giant top. Would you have checked under the room? I mean, under the bed?
Yes.
Well, considering Ezra had that cottage with the secret room for who knows how long, yes, I would check under the fucking bed.
Yeah. Like, who wouldn't check? Under the bed is, like, the most common place for something to be hiding.
Like, but if I remember correctly, didn't they pick the place? Like, they picked the name of the hotel? Like, they picked everything?
I thought so.
So.
Which is crazy that, I mean, again, it's a show. So,
right.
But, I mean, it's crazy that they picked everything and still had a second plan.
The only thing that gets me, because I wouldn't have checked under the bed. That would have been, maybe I would have, I don't know, because when I go to hotels, the first thing I do when I walk into a room is I check under the bed, and they were in a hotel, so I probably would have ended up checking under the bed.
Usually no under the bed at a hotel.
Sometimes there is, sometimes it's just not.
Usually hospital beds, yeah, okay, no, hotel beds are just a block placed in the middle of the room with a mattress on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, but sometimes there's like a little indention, so you have so you don't stub your toe instantly. It goes in like an inch.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I still check under. Like, I found a tennis ball one time.
So you would have checked under the bed. So don't even act like you wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. I probably would have. But if not, I think I would have felt the draft. I'm just saying.
I mean, Yeah,
If it's a tunnel and it's leading out somewhere, it's
they
going
had
to have
shoes on. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. She had boots on.
To be fair, I would have felt a draft pretty much anywhere in that room because it was in shambles.
That
Yeah,
is
pretty
true.
much.
The
Yeah.
window had to be like boarded up and stuff. It just looked like utter shit.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to give you that.
All right, fine. Um, but probably the big thing that I really want to talk this episode was Allie, right? Allie started seeing Wilden and her mom and, all kinds of things. And it turns out that it's her mom's twin sister, right? The twin thing is back. Like, I think this was one of the things I actually guessed, April, that it was Allie's mom had a twin. And
I didn't see it coming.
you were
The
just like,
twinsy thing was even before I left
yeah,
the show.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean the twin theory was always an option. Obviously,
Well, 'cause
I
in the
always thought there
books-
was going to be.
Well, because in the books, Allison had a twin.
Yep.
So that was
I just-
why the whole twin thing was a thing to begin with. Is everybody was
Right.
like, oh yeah, there's a twin. There's got to be a twin, and they were like, Marlene King was like teasing on the show, like, oh yeah, twin. There could be a twin. Maybe there's a twin. I don't know. Maybe. And then she's like, no, there's a twin. And okay, but that was after now that they announced, who Charlotte was and Charles and like all that. And she goes, now there's a twin. So now everybody was thinking, oh well, maybe Allie's brother.
Right.
They mentioned him this episode. He's been working with the Karasimi group. So
I didn't see it being her mother that had the twin.
mhm.
It makes sense
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's
Like-
actually kind of interesting.
Now that I
Mary Drake.
rewatched it a second time, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. The first time I was like, what? That's stupid. I can't even. Like,
See,
I didn't even want to deal with it.
I'm glad
was
we
like-
waited.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as April. I was like, that's really why?
Yeah, like
Why why mom? Why? Why?
I thought it was the dumbest twist that they've ever made.
Mhm.
Now I get it. I still think it's a little dumb, but I get it.
Yeah, it's interesting because you have Charlotte is not really Allison's sister, it's her cousin,
Right.
and like there's all these extra layers to it, and then you have Dr. Rollins is playing
Who's an
Ghost
ass.
Wilden, and it's like, ooh, what, because going into this next season now, I didn't even say what the episode title or anything was. This was for season 6, episode 20, Hush Hush, Sweet Liars. But going into season 7, we're gonna go in with the knowledge that Dr. Rollins and Mary Drake are working together to make Allison miserable. The rest of them only know about Allison's mom being
Having a
alive. They don't even know she's a twin or anything yet, right? They only know it's Allie's mom. That's who they saw in the camera feed.
Right.
The very last text they got was signed AD.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember what Mrs. Laurentis' first name was, but
Yeah, me either.
Um,
But they did find the fact that she had a sister, Mary Drake. She saw the paperwork or whatever. So, I mean, I feel like they're going to piece it together in this upcoming season, obviously,
yeah.
or you would hope so, at least.
Jessica De Laurentiis.
okay.
Okay.
So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of going into that, but I think that Dr. Rollins is going to be able to fly under the radar a bit. And
Oh yeah.
I think they're going to find out relatively quickly, but not immediately. And
No. Give it a few episodes.
if you guys remember now, going between this season and last season, the end of last, or was it the mid-season? The mid-season. It was just before the time jump. The episode where we saw the preview of the time jump, they said, Allie, he's coming for you again, or something like that, and she was teaching him, she was writing Mr. Rollins. We've still not caught up to that. So the flashback we saw was before everything that's happened now, so I'm thinking that is going to lead up to the mid-season of this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think they're going to find out toward the end of the mid-season here about Dr. Rollins, and then that's going to lead to where we were before. That time jumps get everything all tricky, so it's trying to piece together when everything happens.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but we got to see, the flashback with Hannah for some more time
that
jumping.
made me so sad.
It was kind of touching. I mean, we see, the her and Caleb, how they actually broke up. I mean, we've seen bits and pieces of how things have been deteriorating through flashbacks, but now we saw the actual breakup.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. And honestly, I didn't see her turning around when she showed her, like, her actually leaving the first time.
Yeah.
I didn't see her turning around. I didn't see her caring like that.
Yeah, well, she's always cared for Caleb, but...
Yeah, but she was coming off as super bitchy.
Well, she is a bitch.
Yes.
The show should change from liars to bitches. Pretty little bitches.
I think if that could get passed, that it would have been called that.
I don't know. Ems is pretty nice. I mean, she
might be the only one.
Yeah. Because, Spencer's way up there. And then there's Hannah.
Spencer has his resting bitch face.
Yes.
I feel her, though. I can't even judge. I have it so bad.
Emily is definitely the nicer of them, but when Emily gets fired up, I think she's one of the worst.
I'm not sure if it's like bitch face or like being a bitch. It's just determination, and she's just really, really motivated to get things done and figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was interesting to see this whole episode was all about, relationships and how they ended and came and got back together, even so we had Hannah and Caleb, then we had Ezra and Arya, right? Ezra kind of put behind Nicole, right? He put you behind.
Right.
He put her behind. Ezra's done with you.
Good. I was done with him in the very first season when he was A, and he's still A. He's still fucking A. Saying that right now.
I love Ezra.
Nikki's last season that she watched with us was when Ezra was writing the book and he got framed to be this awful evil
I thought
guy.
He was such a dick.
She was convinced he was A, and she is still saying it to this day. And I was the only one. I was the voice of reason going, no, he's not A. They're making him look, and they're putting all fingers, and that's exactly why he's not A.
I can't call you the voice of reason, though.
I am the voice of whenever I am labeled.
Stop to that.
Whenever I am labeled the voice of reason, that means we're all fucked.
Yeah, that's why Ezra's
exactly
still
why
A.
I'm putting an end to that.
So the book's finished now. He's kind of come to terms that he's definitely come to terms with the fact that he's never going to see her again.
Right.
Which I think is complete and utter bullshit. I think she is going to come back.
She's gonna. You do?
Yes, I 100% do. Not this show, but from watching other shows, I've learned that unless you see a body, they're not dead.
Right.
And even then, they might not be dead.
But this was she was far, far away. Far away.
I get that.
I don't see her coming back. No. If she does, I will high five you. I'm not going to say anything else. I will high five you. But I don't believe.
Make you a cookie cake.
See, I got the high five already. I got the high five already.
No. That was just practice.
Oh, okay.
It's just not going to happen, though.
I'm calling it. Next season, Nicole's coming back.
Okay, well, you'll be prepared to be wrong again.
Again? How am I wrong? Arya's still A.
No, she's really not, though. She's really not.
She's gonna be.
No. She's a terrible person, but she's not A.
Yeah, no, she's not A. I still like her, but she's not A.
But she's very conflicted this episode. She borrowed the inspiration for her chapters in the book from her feelings with Ezra, and it's kind of stirred up all these crazy past emotions, and it was really weird. And then the two of them end up having a makeout session after their book was approved for a
way
prequel,
more than a makeout
TV series, a book tour.
More steamy.
No, it's totally just a makeout session. That's
no. That's not what they led you to believe.
No?
No, not at all. That was definitely more.
Yeah?
Yeah,
They're getting a lot.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but it was a little more. That was like
That's
the
what all my
TV's
makeout
way of
sessions look
showing
like. What are you talking
porn.
about? No, they're
Oh, you're so funny, Dom.
they're they're making the show a lot more like sexy. You know,
If they're trying.
they're like almost all the girls had their shirts off this episode, right? Well, half of them anyway.
Yeah, I didn't really notice actually.
Well, Arya, Spencer's standing around in her underwear this episode.
Caleb was completely naked. He was putting his shorts on inconspicuously.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, no, didn't notice. Just blind to everything, apparently.
Apparently.
I guess I really was just watching this time. Or
You were just
listening.
focused on Ezra and Arya.
No, not really. Didn't really do it for me either.
No. Yeah, and then you had Caleb and Hannah, kind of talking things out after, like Hannah reveals that she went back and all that, and we kind of had all these couples, like
they had a makeout section.
Yeah.
Session, not section. That was a little awkward.
Yep, and then you had Toby and Spencer. Like they had their moment, and
right.
Toby's like, I got these new glasses, and I still remember French, all the French you taught me. Let's practice our French kissing.
Because I said it from the beginning, those relationships were never done. They were never done. They weren't ended. They were going to make their way back to each other. They just kind of switched off. Had some fun outside.
Yeah. Poor Toby's girlfriend.
I mean, I haven't really had any time to care about her.
No, I don't care about her.
I don't really care at all. Like, sorry, I'm not sorry. You came in for no reason. See you later.
You came in to make us believe that the relationship with Spencer was over. That was your sole purpose, Yvonne.
And I didn't even believe it. So she did a horrible job of fulfilling her purpose.
Well, it's because the ring was held off for so long, and we're like, oh, Toby's got reservations about all this, and I don't know. It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was never really over. So, bye, Yvonne.
He knew going into this that I was going to mess things up with Yvonne.
Oh, yeah. And obviously he didn't care. Like, he pretends, or he's acting like he does, but if he cared, he wouldn't have gone through with this.
He's like, well, don't make me tell you what I'm not doing because I can't, so I don't want to lie to you. I mean, at least that was nice that he was trying to be honest even though he couldn't tell her. So it shows you the kind of stand-up guy Toby is.
I mean, yeah, but no.
He's not going around her back, is the point. He's not going around her back.
But he is. He's not telling her.
We don't know if he's going to tell her. We don't know if he's going to tell her something happened with Spencer.
Yeah, but he didn't tell her what he was doing at all. Like, honestly, coming from a standpoint of being in a new relationship, his ex is around. Like,
I wouldn't exactly call it a new relationship at this point. It's been like 5 years. It's new for us.
Okay, well, it's new for us. Yeah. So it's going to be new because, again, who cares about Yvonne? Not me.
No, my point, though, is Toby was at least trying to do a stand-up thing of being like, look, there's something going on. It's not what you think. It ended up being what you think.
Oh, yeah.
But that was probably because she made it into such a big deal. Even then, probably not. It's the past stuff with Spencer. But still, he tried to be as stand-up as he could about it. So I thought that was nice. But side note of the woman who Toby ended up helping into the car, that's actually Marlene King's mother.
Oh.
So I thought that was kind of cool that they gave her a little cameo.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Mona was super shifty as usual.
What else is new?
I don't know. Mona's my favorite character.
Wow, you have a favorite character?
I've said this from the very beginning. Mona's been the character for me.
I remember because I think Nikki's only been on the show now once since Mona came back, but I remember you stopped watching. I think it was the episode where Mona died, quote unquote died. She was like, I'm done. That's it. I'm not watching anymore.
Like I said, she was my character.
So, yeah. she was like, she goes in and starts helping with Miss Hastings' campaign, which I was like, what the hell are you doing, Mona? And then Miss Hastings ended up winning. She's mayor now, right?
Which, because Mona switched over, I think is shifty that Hastings won.
Yeah? So you think Mona had something to do with it?
I could see that.
Yeah. But then she shows up at the Radley. I'm like, weren't you supposed to be working with the campaign? Like, what are you doing?
Well, they were holding the ceremony in the Radley lobby, weren't they? So it wasn't like she had to go far.
Yeah, that's
and again, it's Mona.
Yeah.
She's
everywhere.
Maybe there's a twin of her.
You never know. They'll come out like next season before they announcing season 8 that there's another twin that we didn't know about.
Well, see, that's the other thing now is the show supposedly going into season 7.
Right.
Or are we going 7?
Yes.
Or are we in
7.
Yeah.
Going into season 7.
The final.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the final episode or final season, and it was confirmed by the actress who plays Arya. And
done.
Yeah, that season 7's it. That's what the story's over. Now going into 7, Marlene King is leaving it open and being like, well, if the fans want more, we can do more. So, I don't know. Everywhere else that I'm reading is saying, it's the 7th and final season, and
yeah, I've seen only a couple articles saying that maybe season 8 might happen.
Yeah.
But I kind of think season 7 has to end it. I mean, I don't think... Oh, crap. Almost dropped shit. Oops. But I don't think that there's much more that they... I mean, there's a lot more that they could do, but I think it would be more played on and...
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, different characters, and at that point, you might as well do a spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw how well Ravenswood worked.
I think it's because it was a completely different atmosphere.
Yeah, they started going in for, like, the supernatural, and the whole town, Ravenswood, definitely intrigued me. I thought it was cool, but I liked it when it was on this show. I liked every time they went to Ravenswood in Pretty Little Liars. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Like, this place is super creepy. And then, like, it was just the whole mystery around the town. And then when they actually went to Ravenswood as a show, it's like, yes, everything here is supernatural. And it's just like, I don't like it. Like, the whole mystery was pulled back for me. The whole point of it was the mystery.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of liked it.
Did you watch the Ravenswood show?
I did.
The whole thing front to back?
Yeah.
And you ended up liking it in the end?
I ended up liking it in the end. I mean, it was kind of like the first few episodes for me were kind of drawn out and stupid, but I stuck with it. And then I actually wanted to figure out more, and they canceled the show, so fuck me, right?
Yeah. I didn't really like it. I was probably mad that they took Caleb away from the main show, and that's why I ended up disliking it as much as I did. And then just knowing that it's in the same universe as Pretty Little Liars, that whole supernatural element where, like, Caleb, who is, like, the down-to-earth, reasonable guy, is now dwelling in the land of the supernatural. And he's the only one believing about it, like, believing it. He's trying to convince everybody else to believe in it. It just didn't fit for his character, in my opinion, and it really took me out of the sense of belief. And the only thing that I'm glad about is that they gave that show closure, like 12 episodes later on Pretty Little Liars. They like ended the story of Ravenswood, and I was like, okay, thank you. That was a nice little fan service for like the 6 people that cared. Yeah,
including me.
But I guess the last big thing here is Hannah missing, and we see her being dragged away at the end of the episode.
Right.
And it's like, what's going on with Hannah? Is she gonna go into next season dead? Is she alive? Like, what's the deal with Hannah?
I don't know. She was holding a bouquet over her chest and everything when she's being dragged away. She had the blood coming out of her mouth and all that. So they're making it seem like she's dead.
But whatever the show makes it seem like is usually the complete opposite of what it
Mm-hmm.
usually is. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that she's going to be rescued or saved, you know, fairly early into the new season.
Right.
But again, I could be wrong. They could be giving the viewers a complete shock and killing off one of the main characters.
Yeah. That would be interesting. I'd be really upset because Hannah is my favorite of the liars.
I know.
Um,
I'll give you a few tissues.
I'm going to need more than a few tissues. I'm going to need a few boxes.
I
Of
have
tissues?
Yes.
a lot of boxes of tissues right in front of me right now, so I am prepared.
We can't have the show continue on without Hannah-isms. Like, it can't happen. Like her, the
I can't go almost like a day, even though I never watched the show for like the longest time. I couldn't go by a day without hearing a Hannah-ism because of him, because of the gaze bows
yeah.
and the ducks
She pronounces
that
the
honk
gazebo, the gazebo, and then, yeah, she said, ducks honk, and, or...
get your
no,
geese in a row.
yeah, and, what was it? Spencer goes, it's ducks. And she goes, what's the difference? And she goes, geese honk, ducks quack, or something. And Hannah just, like, looked at her like, what? Like, she was completely clueless. And I love all those things. And then, like, you have, like, that one moment, it was, like, a couple episodes ago, where, like, Hannah was the most sensible one there. And it's just like, what? What is going on, Hannah? Like, how did you come up with this plan?
Yeah.
You know? So...
Well, sometimes the dumbest ones can be the smartest ones, apparently.
I guess. I mean, at least this episode she knew what a Phillips head screwdriver was, right?
I mean, yeah, you have to give it her that.
You know?
It's
So
just,
she was,
I mean, I feel like that's also common sense, but I guess for Hannah.
well, I would think pronouncing it a gazebo is common sense too. Like,
Touche.
you
Well,
know.
I mean, have you ever seen it on a piece of paper?
Like
Yes.
the word gazebo, yeah.
Yes, it looks like gaze bow.
It does, but who's going to pronounce it that? Like,
Not me.
if I'm reading it, maybe there might be a, you know, if I've never seen the word before,
If
there
you've
might
never
be
seen
a
or heard the word
possibility.
before.
But the thing was, she wasn't reading it. She was talking about one in somebody's backyard. So
She was
yeah,
so terrible.
yeah.
Aw.
So I've never gone somewhere and be like, "Hey, look at that gazebo. I'm gonna do it now."
Now you are.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it now.
The next time he sees one.
Yeah, which is all the time because down where I'm at, the beach has one, and they do like little like not. Sometimes they'll do like impromptu like wedding ceremonies, not like actual.
Yeah.
Like they'll do like a what is that, like a reception? So like I don't know, get-togethers. It's not like the actual
Okay.
wedding, but they'll do like a small ceremony for like friends and stuff that couldn't make it
Yeah.
to like a, you know, to Aruba. If everybody couldn't fly out to that, then they'll do like a small. They do that down here at the beach, right?
Okay.
So there's a gazebo that I see at least 2-3 times a week. So I'll call it a gazebo every single time. It'll be great.
Okay, you do that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna go into the synopsis for next episode, and we'll see if Hannah's still alive or not. Season 7, which comes back on June 21st, which, as of us recording, it is now June 5th. So
Okay.
we're not too far away.
Nope.
The episode is called TikTok Bitches. After Hannah's shocking abduction by Uber A, I like emoji better.
Yeah.
The Pretty Little Liars and company desperately race against the clock to save one of their own. The only way to do this is by handing over evidence of Charlotte's real murderer to Uber A. In order to do so, the girls must decide what blatant lines they are willing to cross that they have never breached before. And once they cross that line, there's no turning back. So,
All right.
the show seems like it's really picking up steam now. And
Yeah, should be interesting.
more so that I hope that this is, in fact, the last season, because you're going to want to go out with a bang. You want to give it all you got.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's what they're doing. So if they give it all they got and then they milk it for another season after that, it's going to feel really forced and
Drawn
slowed
out.
down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I say give this season the last 20 episodes, that it needs, and
be done.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Yep. So I think that's about it, unless you guys have something else.
Nope.
I mean, the whole reason for Mary Drake doing this is because she wants part of the family business. Is that what it is? Or like inheritance or whatever?
It seems like she wants revenge for what happened to Charlotte. Like they
Well,
didn't.
There's
she
that.
said this should have been mine or something like that.
She because Allison is now in psychiatric care because
Right.
Rollins or her are married. He owns 51% of the whatever it is.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that Allison admitted herself.
Yeah.
Because she thinks she's going nuts by seeing, her mother and
Wilden
and everything, so.
Which was a really... the whole makeup job and the mask and stuff that Rollins was wearing of Wilden was really sketchy. It was just, there was like
they tried to pull like a Mission Impossible, style mask off where it's like, ooh, it contorts to your face and everything, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
It was really, really, really... if you don't watch shows like we do and pay attention to every little aspect, it's fine. But like, the cuts were terrible for that. They were terrible.
Well,
I could see every little imperfection.
The actor who actually plays Wilden, he had the mask thing that was around his neck that he pulled off to like reveal his own face. But as he was pulling that off, he's got like this freckle that's like right here on his neck. And he starts pulling the mask off to reveal the freckle, and then it like cuts away to the floor of him dropping it, and then when they cut back to show the actor who doesn't play Wilden, but the actor who plays Dr. Rollins standing there, the freckle's gone. So it's just like, not everybody's gonna notice that.
No.
But
I sure didn't.
Right. But, the keen to detail people, and especially because there's people that analyze the show like it's Lost. And, like, they pause it. I pause the episode anytime somebody reads anything. I'm pausing it. I read along. But, like, looking for every little detail in the back, and they watch the episodes 26 times in a row and trying to find everything out. There's things like that you're going to notice. But, for intensive purposes, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fooled April.
Yep. Sure did.
So, all right. Well, I think that about does it. April, nobody can find you anywhere because you're a ghost.
Nope.
Nikki, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYvenom24.
Excellent. You can find me down below at Phenomedon, PHENOMEDOM. You can find us all on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube. You missed that, April. Don't tell me you didn't.
I did. I hit the laugh. I just didn't do it out loud.
At /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows.
Something that we mostly do on the other podcast too is whenever he finishes saying his name, we go do 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 because it sounds like the Phenomena song.
Phenomenon.
Yeah. All right. Yep.
Phenomenon. Yeah, where you can find us for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until June 21st-ish. We'll see you guys later.
Gotta do it every time now.
No.
Yeah.